up against it here.
All right. Well, Micky, a flurry of activity in the transfer market, and the latest one being Chris Dagnall. Tell us about his return to the club.
I think it'd probably be easier to tell you overall. What we were trying to do was to get some more quality, Football League quality, and to support the rest of the group all over the pitch really, and we're pleased that we've been able to do that. And obviously Chris Dagnall I know very well from being here at Tranmere, and also worked with him at Barnsley, so I know what a good professional and what a good footballer he is. I know what qualities he can bring to the group, qualities that we need on the pitch. So for me it was an easy decision to make in order to bring quality into the squad like that.
Well, the training ground will be new to him, but Prenton Park certainly won't. Does that help? He's familiar with surroundings?
I think it can only be a help. That, yeah, he's not going to be going there for the first time, and the fans obviously know him very, very well, so it can only be a help.
How does he complement or add to what you've already got up front?
He just gives us a lot of know-how. He's very experienced in how to play up front. He knows why he's in certain areas of the pitch. He knows what's required when he's in there, and he works his socks off. He is a player that around the place you're pleased that he's in your squad. So he brings a lot of qualities and a lot of Football League experience that we will need in the coming games.
And how pleased are you that you managed to get a striker in the building after what happened to Ishmael?
Well, losing Ishmael was a massive blow, and there isn't many Ishmaels out there. Well, there's only one, but you know what I mean. That type of player, there isn't many out there. And then when you break it down and you come back, there isn't many in our recruitment pool, or if any, available with the qualities of Ishmael. So that's been a big blow to us, because he was doing very, very well for us and giving us everything that we wanted from him. But we have to move on now and obviously bring in Chris into the group. He brings different qualities, but no less experience. So that's what we need now.
And you alluded to it there about the experience that some of these players have, like Chris, like Sid, like Kieran. You've brought in all players who've got Football League experience.
Yeah, it's for us getting to the January window. We're always going to take stock of everything, and we're always going to see where we were in terms of what prizes we could be fighting for. But we'd always see what the first half of the season, in terms of performances and results, had told us, and then we would have a look around then. And I keep saying this because I know people get carried away with, but honestly, just keep on thinking about what Tranmere's recruitment pool is, where we're recruiting from. I keep saying to people keep laughing, I can't go and get Gareth Bale. It's not my recruitment pool. I have to be realistic, and it has to be within what we can do. And because we're growing as a club, the pool that we're recruiting in is getting more and more quality in it all the time. As you see with the quality and the standard of the lads that are coming in now, it's getting, the squad will only get stronger and stronger. So we're pleased about that. So yeah, we're happy with the bits that we've done, and now it's up to us to get the qualities of the lads out onto the pitch and move the group forward again.
Because you come from the National League, and people say the standard's very high now across the sort of the National League, League Two, even League One. But is there a difference? Do you need that different kind of know-how from a National League player to a Football League player?
I've said it before. I said it months ago. The gap's massive. People say there's no gap. The gap's massive. The gap's massive, no, in terms of how can I best put that without people saying that doesn't make sense. The games last longer. the games last longer in terms of how long you've got to fight to try and pick up the 3 points. You get into the 93rd and 94th minute every single game in order to try and win a game. You never ever, with all due respect, and I've said before, to the National League, because I've done it, I've done the jump twice now. There's a lot of games that are done with half an hour to go, and you know that you're over the line, and you can maybe come back a little, pull back a little bit and just cruise over the line. It's never happened here. I think it's relentless. It's every week. It's like that, and that takes not just a physical mentality or challenge. It's also it's a mental challenge. It's every single week, and that can take its toll on players if they're not used to that. It can become a lot because the demands are high. You've got to train high. You've got to live better. The standards have to be high in everything you do, and keep on asking the question of players all the time. You can find that there'll be a dip in performance for them. Whereas the Football League boys are used to that. They've lived in that world and they've grown up in that world, so they're used to that. So we just felt it was time now to bring into the group some Football League mentality to add to it before they got in order to push it forward again.
How different is the challenge of building a squad this year now that you're in the transfer window compared to last year when you could recruit outside of it?
It's not the problems, it's where we are at Tranmere. And again, I hope people listen, because we are very much in control of how we're trying to do things. The club is trying to transition up the leagues. The transition up the leagues, as I keep saying, it's common sense to me, because I'm very grateful that I've done it before. I have done it before. Either the players that you've got in the building improve and move you forward, or you have to continually look outside of the group, that when players become available, and I say available to that because they have to be available, that you believe can move it forward, then that's what you've got to do. I think it would be very rare that you'll be able to grab a team in the National League and be able to keep them together for 3-4 years and believe that they're going to keep going up the leagues. Because if they're that good, our clubs will come and get them. So it's a double-edged sword. They'll come and take them because they're that good. So that's the process at the minute, is we're trying to just keep moving the team forward. I'd love to think that I've got a squad of 20 lads that live within 10 miles of Tranmere's ground and are all Tranmere fans and are all 21. Trust me, I'd love it. But I don't think many people believe that can happen anymore. Not in a club that's wanting to progress. So I've got to continue to look around and look at any players that become available in positions that I think we've got to strengthen in. And then I try and weigh all that up. Every player that comes privately within us as a coaching staff, we kind of have half an idea of what they're here for, or how long they're going to be here for. Or is it a short term or is it a longer term signing for us? And what is it we're trying to do? And what we're trying to do is get safe in this league and try and push on forward into the playoffs. So that's the short term plan. And if it's loan players that we can do that way, or players that are not playing at other clubs, or trying to make our own players better, we'll look at all angles in order to try and do that. But that's what we're very clearly trying to do.
You've been out training on New Brighton Beach today, different surroundings for you?
I never went.
The frost?
I never went, but the boys went. We're very lucky here that we have a great beach just on a doorstep, and we can get out there and have a run around in a different environment. And then they went for a coffee and get out and get to know the world better, because a lot don't really know it. There was beach anywhere close to here. They just come under the tunnel and voila. So no, it was good. So they got themselves out, go and do something different.
In the amusement arcade?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we went for a coffee and played some games and threw some balls for dogs and things. And so we had a good time.
So they're ready for this weekend's challenge?
Yeah. We want to get on with the games now. That's what it's about. It's obviously difficult to get prepared football-wise out on the grass, but there's other ways that we can do that. we'll look at ways of doing that if we need to. We'll see what the weather's going to be like. You can't. The weather is what it is. You just got to adapt around it. So we won't whinge about it. It's probably the whole of the country's the same. But we'll do what we can to get best prepared as we could.
You mentioned Ishmael Miller earlier. Have you got any further update on how he's progressing with his injury?
Yeah, well, let me. I'm glad you've asked me about Ishmael, because let me tell you what Ishmael Miller's just done. Ishmael Miller came to us, and I was waiting for the time to speak about it. Ishmael Miller came to us a week ago, and we had a conversation. And when Ishmael first came, we explained to him why he was coming, how important it was to us that it was a success, and we asked him to think about that before he decided to come. Was he right up for the challenge of trying to move Tranmere forward? And 100% he said yeah, 100%. He said I'm right up for it, looking forward to it, because that's important. Because sometimes you can be seen to be signing players that have a certain experience or a certain financial area in their lives. People will talk about desire and what their motivations are and all the rest of it. So it's important that we ask him the questions, and he said no, right up for it. Well, he obviously got injured, so he came to me about a week ago, and we had the conversation where he said to me, stop my wages. So Ishmael Miller wants Tranmere to keep moving forward, so he said, well, stop my wages until I get fit again, which is possibly the first, or one of the first times that I've heard that. Of course, people will say, well, he might be in a position to do that, but he doesn't have to do that. He knows how tight things are at Tranmere. He knows where we're at in terms of a club and what we were trying to do, and we needed to be able to move the playing squad forward. So at this minute in time, Ishmael Miller's not getting paid for by Tranmere, which I need everybody to understand how big a gesture that is from somebody, because if he'd have stayed getting paid and just got himself fit, nobody would have blinked an eyelid, because that's what's supposed to happen. But from the conversation we had with him right at the start, he just said, Gaff, have you got a minute? This is what I would offer to, I'd like to happen. He's had an operation yesterday on his hamstring. He'll get himself fit again, and then when he gets himself fit again, he will come back into the group again and be one of us again. But for the minute, he's not getting paid for by Tranmere, which I think is fantastic, and really says an awful lot about him as a man, and that often footballers get their own publicity, but he thought about Tranmere, and I thought in us, and I thought that was brilliant.
And now, just coming to the end of the January window, it's been quite a busy month in terms of incomings. How do you now go about trying to get all the players you brought in to gel together and obviously trying to move forward?
Well, we didn't just bring them because it was a tombola and we pulled out number 6 and we thought he'll do it. We were pretty clear, and it's been a process, because the window closes in August. You let the games tell you what's happening, i.e. the players will be judged on how they do on the football pitch. Certain people will come and go because maybe they're not playing or whatever, or they get the opportunity to go and play somewhere else. And then the January windows opens, and you're already planning way before that where you think, if the opportunity to bring a player in a certain position to do a certain job, or to come into the squad to make the squad better, that you think can do a job for you, you already have an idea of where you're going to bring. And then you obviously watch an awful lot of them and you see what qualities they have to add to the group. But me and Jacko, we've done this for a wee while now. We have many training sessions that we know that will help to integrate the players into the group quickly. They're all quality players, are the ones that have came. They have places or positions that we would like them to play in. So it'll just be about good players going out and doing their jobs, which football is. So as you give them a job today, and good players will go and deliver on that. And that's the way it'll always be. So we'll work around that. We'll give them objectives that we'd like them to try and achieve for the team, with and without the ball, and then we'll work forward.
Anybody likely to leave today?
No, I don't think so. I think we sort of went down to quite low numbers. We were pretty much everybody who was fit was getting kitted up last week. So we had to add a wee bit of depth to the squad, because that's it. This is it now. We're done. We can't bring in. It's that the door shuts now. So I don't know, and nobody knows if I'm going to be able to roll the whole rest of the season with the same 11 players. There'll be tactical things. There'll be losses in form. There might be some injuries. There might be some suspensions. We don't know. So you need a squad of around about the amount of players that we have at the minute to try and cover all eventualities, because when that door shuts, that's it, it's done. You can't parachute anybody in anymore, you're done. So we think we've done that, and we're pleased with the players that we're bringing in. We're excited to see them go and perform, and we have a vision in our heads of how it will work, and we want to keep improving Tranmere, because we're not pleased with a lot of results that have just gone past as a football club and as a staff. We are obviously very proud of Tranmere, so we had to react. We had to all the time be seen to try and play entertaining football and win games of football and fight for the football club. So we've hopefully been able to do that. I can't tell you for a fact until the games roll out, but we believe that we have, and we'll look forward to moving forward now. We're with new faces in the group, and hopeful and exciting finish to the season.
Thank you. Thanks, Micky.
Cheers.